So I've been showing a lot of games lately with Darkrai Hydreigon, and while I do believe it is one of the best decks in the format right now and one of the most consistent ones with Sableye, the other big deck out there is Rayquaza Eels. So it's a new version of Zekiols, and I do love the Zekiols decks. I was very comfortable playing them last format, and obviously there's still just any Eel variant. It's a very consistent deck, and as far as consistent goes in our format, with such a limited supporter base, a lot of people are having consistency issues. But this is still it's a pretty solid deck. So this is actually going to be a Ray Eels mirror match. So I get to go first. I start off with two Rayquaza. An interesting hand. Actually, it's a pretty useful hand. So I'm going to go ahead and level ball for a Tynamo. I'm definitely going to Ultra Ball those two lightning away because otherwise I'm just going to knock them out. But I'm not. Well, actually, I decided to not take out a catcher too because I'm not going to be using that catcher on the Rayquaza. Simply because the Pokemon he has now has a 2 retreat cost, and I don't want to give him a 1 retreat cost. So I hate to burn the catcher, but I want to play that Juniper, so it's going to happen anyways. So feeling really good. 3 Dynamo and the level ball in hand. I don't have, the only thing I'm lacking right now is a supporter. So, I definitely don't want a Celestial War. I don't want to discard. So, I'm just going to have to end my turn and see what kind of stuff he comes up with. So, probably from his side, the field is looking really grim for him. Because unless you can see my hand and see that I don't have a supporter, it just, things look very much in my favor. But there's a level ball, excuse me, on his side to get a Dynamo on his field. And he's got an Ultra Ball as well, so I'm assuming he's going to go for the second Dynamo too. And really the only downside about my first turn is having to get rid of that catcher. This isn't Sableye, we no longer have Junk Arm, I can't just get it back. So he's actually going to go for a Thundurus, which is an interesting choice, and he ends me, which is perfect, because as you saw my hand, it was blah. Unfortunately, though, this hand is not much more than blah either. But he doesn't get the switch he needs, well, he plays a Regigigas, so that's a very interesting card. I get an energy, gonna go ahead and attach it, and we're gonna go ahead and level ball for 1 eel. And then I'm going to level ball for another eel. And let's go ahead and Dynamotor that one onto, let's go ahead and put it on Zekrom. And, definitely going to start taking out the Dynamos. Hopefully I can pull a supporter on my prize card. So actually, now that I'm looking at that hand, was not bad. But it's only because he played the Dynamo. If he had not played that Dynamo down, I hadn't gotten those catchers, it would have been a completely different game. So I'm actually not going to play the Eviolite right now, just because I don't want him to use a Tool Scrapper, and I really don't know where it would best be used. If I should reduce things from Zekrom, if I should reduce some things from Rayquaza. He has no energy, well, he's got 1 energy on the field right now, and no electric or a Dynamo in play to get them back, so I'm feeling pretty good about holding on to that Eviolite as a resource. I also did not play the Sky Arrow because I didn't want to give him free retreat. I'll play it when, that's a big thing about stadiums, is play them when they're gonna help you. Right now, I'm feeling pretty confident about how the board is looking in my favor. I don't need to retreat, so I'm not gonna, there's no reason to help my opponent out. So he plays an Ultra Ball and gets rid of 2 Lightning, which if he had some Eels in play, that would actually be great for him. And gets another Dynamo. What he doesn't realize is that I have another catcher, and I pull a Bianca. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and attach to my active. I'm going to Dynamotor another, let's see, I'm actually going to put it on Rayquaza, it looks like. Spread it out a bit. Now I'm going to play the Eviolite on my active, simply because I want to get rid of all the cards in my hand. Oh, I thought I'd play the Sky Arrow. Kind of odd that I didn't, just to draw 1 more card, but again, that would just help him out, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't. So knock out another Tynamo, and right now that's my biggest thing, is just keeping those Tynamos off the field. That's the one thing that I learned from last, or one of the many things I guess I learned from last format, is that when you're in a mirror match, taking out the unique part about their deck is what matters. So the unique part about, and I'm not sure if the unique is really the word I'm looking for, the engine, I guess. Taking out the engine of their deck. Eels relies on Dynamotor. If you take those out, that really slows them down, and you can deal with the rest later. So unless they get a really amazing fast start, you really have a great shot. So, yeah, it's pretty much just taking out their recovery late game. So he's going to charge, or not charge, I'm sorry, whatever the attack is, it does 80, but I reduce it by 20. So now I'm going to play the Sky Arrow because it helps me. I'm going to Ultra Ball. Looks like a couple of those lightnings. I think I did something else. I don't know why. I think I didn't go for the third Actually, I don't know why I didn't go for the third eel. Maybe I went to Free Retreater later on, but Rayquaza, I don't know. So that's actually very odd. I don't know. Oh, maybe there wasn't one in there. That was probably it. It's probably prized. I just wasn't paying attention. So, that N actually was not beneficial to me whatsoever. I was hoping to be able to get a fire, but I didn't. However, I mean, I have a fully powered Zekrom. I'm gonna, well, let's, this is interesting. I can't just Outrage to soften him up because he's got Eviolite on him. It wouldn't do anything. So I pretty much have to Bolt Strike. I'd do some damage to myself, but that will at least put some pressure on. This type of deck doesn't run Max Potion typically, so I should be pretty safe with a Bolt Strike. Take a little bit of damage, but that's alright. And, yeah. This actually isn't too bad. Yeah, still, yeah, the lack of supporter in my hand. Ooh, and there it goes. There's the catcher for the eel. Even though I don't have a supporter in my hand, I have the switch, so yay. Unless he's able to, somehow get some energy. Oh, good, he plays N, which, actually, that's kind of bad, because I lose my switch. But I get some supporters, so I've got a good shot at being able to get back into it, and more importantly, I get that fire energy. So even if he takes an eel out, I still have lots of options right now. So there comes another Tynamo. I don't have another catcher in hand, so, and it looks like he's actually not going to attack me, just looking to stall. I probably still would have attacked. It would not have knocked me out in one shot, and would at least put some damage on, so he could have had the option of knocking me out in the future, at least with Registeel. So it's kind of odd that he didn't attack, but maybe that was just a misclick. Checking out, I definitely don't want to play the Super Rod. I want to be able to Dynamotor that rather than use on anything else. Unfortunately, though, I am stuck in the active position. But, yeah, that's alright. I'll just pass. If nothing else, I can Juniper next turn, and probably will be able to get into one of my switches on this. And yeah, I run at least 2. I'm thinking I probably have 3 switch in the deck, I think. So the chance of me Junipering and hitting one of those switches is pretty high. So now the question is he actually going to attack this turn? Again, I would definitely be attacking just to, you know, even if he puts 80 on me and then stops, getting that, for the Registeel. So there he goes, getting an Electric into play. And so now there's a ton of lightning energy in his discard pile, so he's finally going to be able to start Dynamotoring and building up his bench, and I'm just hoping that, all the energy I've got on the field, my 2 prize head start, is enough to keep me ahead and let me pull it out. So, oh come on, just kill the eel. I have the Super Rod in hand to get it back, and the Ultra Ball. Actually, if he killed my eel, that would be a great thing. Not only would I get the eel out of the active position, but I have the cards in hand to get it immediately back. And since another eel is prized, I mean, there's really not that much else to do. So, oh, and he does play Max Potion. Very interesting. So that was not expected. But then he passes. So, looks like I'm just gonna have to manually retreat. Oh, except I just saw that I drew into the switch. So now to decide where that energy goes. Going to go ahead and... Do I not see? I don't think I see that I have the switch in my hand because I'm so used to it putting it on the end. Yeah, so there I see I have the switch in hand. Now it's just a matter of deciding what I want to switch it to. And it looks like I'm going to go for the Rayquaza. I'm going to switch for Rayquaza. And do I play the Juniper and hope to hit my third catcher to knock out his Rayquaza? Or do I just hope for the retaliation Rayquaza? This is actually an odd predicament. I don't want to be using all of my resources, so looks like I do decide just to go and knock out his Thundurus and get the 3 prize lead, because I will be able to knock out if he decides. Oh, there's my eel. If he, well, yeah, he's gonna knock out my Rayquaza with his Rayquaza. Then I knock out his Rayquaza with my Rayquaza, leaving me 1 prize down. If he even knocks out my Rayquaza with his Rayquaza, all I have to do is get into my third catcher and catch her up pretty much that eel to be able to Bolt Strike for the game. So, well, that and I have the Super Rod. So, yeah, I'd be Super Rodding first. Ooh, and there's the catcher. So, he ends up taking the one with damage on it, which is very interesting. I probably would have taken the nice, freshly healed one so that Rayquaza could have been possibly taken out by something else, but very interesting choice. And I draw, I have another Rayquaza in hand, so, yeah, I'm winning you know how a lot of people are running into Mewtwo Wars? A lot of, these types of games are going to be Rayquaza Wars. So I go for another Rayquaza, the fire, and I think a lightning too. And I'm going to Dynamotor onto the Rayquaza to grab another 2 prizes. Checking the discard pile. Yeah, I have 1 more in hand, so I think what I'm going to do is actually leave that Dynamo unevolved. Yep, let's retreat. And, oh, it looks like I am going to leave it evolved, so, or going to evolve it. Interesting. I think to be able to use that 3rd Dynamotor, just so I have the resources, and then I Juniper as well, so, now my hand is looking nice. Did I just play something? I don't know what I just played. But now, yeah, unless he ends me, I am looking really, really good. And I don't know why I'm using Catcher, though. Maybe to take out... Yeah, actually, that was a misplay. I should not have used Catcher on there because, well, I mean, I still have the game won. I knock out his Rayquaza with my other Rayquaza. But still, that I should have saved that Catcher just in case. So, that, yeah, like I said, that was not a smart play, but, that's okay. At this point, I'm still good. So, checking out my discard pile. Yep, all 3 catcher. I think later on I do add a 4th, but right now I think there's only 3 in there. And I'm a little confused. He promotes a Mewtwo? Oh, I think he had to. Yeah, because he needs to load up the Rayquaza. Well, yeah, there's really no point. I mean, he brings the prize count 2 to 1. So, that's pretty much what you can do in this situation, is just try and get the prize count as close as possible. But, yeah, he knocks out my Rayquaza, I knock out his Rayquaza. Right now I promote my Yeah, you can see in this little box says, gotta go down fighting, right? So I'll promote my Zekrom since I have plenty of energy on it for the free retreat, even though I also have the Switch in hand, and be able to knock him out with my Rayquaza after Dynamotor. So, actually, I could even do it with a manual attachment with the fire in my hand. But yeah, let's go with the standard way. If I didn't have that fire in hand, this is how I'd be doing it. In fact, I could do it with the energy switch. Ooh, I like all the options. So Dynamotor, second Dynamotor, and yeah, I'm just kind of looking at my hand, seeing what's there. Play the switch. Gonna go for the Rayquaza. And here, oh, looks like I'm just gonna overkill. So I play energy switch to get another one up there. I think I don't know why I'm playing random receiver for. I don't have a lightning energy in my hand to Juniper away to Dynamotor again to and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So you can see our discussion in the corner. He says with the mirror matches, that's what he usually uses Regigigas for. He uses them to focus on the Dynamos and the electric lines, and takes out many of those in one shot. Understandable. So yeah, looks like I'm just attaching, or just doing stuff. So there goes all my energy for 480 damage to the poor Rayquaza. Yeah, he says overkill. It was definitely overkill. So hope you guys enjoyed the very interesting mirror match game. Would have loved to see some Regigigas get some more action, but luckily I was able to take out those eels early, and like I said, that's really what you got to focus on in the mirror match. So again, hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for many more.